Hey, it's your boy Antoine. I ain't been on here in a minute. I need to post up and start posting. Child, look a fool. But anyway, hey girl, hey. I was just doing a little video because I've been going through some shit for like the last 4 or 5 months or whatever. It would be 5 months, February 12th, that my mom passed and she's gone, and I'm starting to realize like she's not coming back. Like I'm starting to come out of whatever I got going on. I'm coming out of it slowly, and thank God that I'm entertaining, like opportunities and stuff like that. So that's kind of getting me out of this bad place that I'm in, because it's so crazy. But with everything going on in the world, I could say this, that since my mother died, I found out who my friends truly are, like who love me unconditionally and who was there for me, even though I did not want you there, even though I did not want people around me. And I still have not been around people. I'm barely around my siblings, and they're going through it as well. But even because I don't want you there, that don't mean you don't reach out and say that ask me if I'm okay, because I know it's been a lot of times where a lot of people that I personally know was fucked up, and I've reached out and I tried to help in any way I could. You know what I'm saying? So when you're going through that type of situation, you find out who really truly is there for you. And don't get it twisted. There's a lot of people, who got their shit going on. Some people don't have vehicles where they can pull up and make sure you straight. Or some people, don't have, can pay their phone bill and shit like that. So, people got stuff too. And I understand that, you know what I mean? But, I feel to an extent, there's no excuse, because if you say you love somebody, you're supposed to make sure people are straight. People out here left and right committing suicide. Like my godson a couple of years back, he committed suicide because the stress he had going on. So you never know what nobody going through. It's just always best to check on people, you know what I'm saying? And I'm, to be truthfully honest, I'm not the type that I'm gonna hit you up every day. Like if I see you on responding, posting on Facebook, I really ain't gotta say shit, but ooh, I need to swallow. But I really, ain't gonna say shit, but I'm just gonna pretty much heart your shit to let you know, bitch, I'm alive, and bitch, I see you're alive. You know what I'm saying? So I let it be known that I'm okay, because if I got an issue, I'm going to inbox you and say, hey, look, I got this going on. I need your help, what to do. I'm that type of person, but I don't, because I got shit going on, so I'm not going to sit up there and hit you up every day. And I get that about people, and I don't expect that. But when somebody lose their mom, like out of all people in the world, when you lose your mom, like that's a different type of hurt. This some hurt that I ain't never really been through. Like I was young when my mama's mama died, when I was 10 when she died in 96. And, I was fucked up about it, but you know what I'm saying? I wasn't with this lady every day. You know what I'm saying? She lived in a nursing home when I was a kid growing up, and we used to go and visit her, you know what I'm saying, when my mother felt like it. So it wasn't like that I was in my grandma's life every day. She was in mine, you know what I'm saying? I had that bond like I had with my mama. See, with my mama, it was different. I was with my mama every day of my life. Even though she worked and she was barely around, when she came home, we lived in the same place. But anyway, I'm finally coming out of that, and I just want to say, like, if you got somebody in your life, no matter what people say against it, and they treating you right and doing everything that you want in someone, you hold on to that person, whether you become their friend or their lover. And the reason why I say that, because I met somebody, I'm dating somebody. Was it fucked up how we got together? Probably. Yeah, that's that tea. But anyway, it's fucked up how we got together, but this nigga, I'm gonna say this because he's younger than me, and a lot of people talk shit like, oh, you too much for him, or he's too young for you, or whatever, and you got a son and you need to think about who you bring around him and shit. Like, I've heard everything. But my thing is, why would I let something go that is good for me but make all of y'all feel some type of way? Why would I sit up here? I am going through a hard time in life. Just people don't understand, like, before my mama died, she had to go to another city to be cared for. She ended up going to because she had an amputation in May. And during this time, I was doing the Jerry Springer show, me and my sister. And she had an amputation in May, and I would get deeper into the story, you know what I'm saying, when I get comfortable. I'm just gonna give y'all the basics now, because I know I ain't been on here, I ain't been talking to nobody, you know what I'm saying? So this is the tea. My mama got an amputation in May during the time that I was doing Jerry Springer, and she ended up having to go to another city, which is like an hour away from here or whatever, which I got a lot of shit going on in Huntsville and in Atlanta. But she ended up going to another city, and so when I realized that, hey, my mama really did amputate her damn leg, and now she in therapy in another damn city, and all my brothers and sisters got jobs and working, got families and shit like that. Like, I'm the only one really with one child who can move around a little faster than my brothers and sisters. So I knew out of all of us, it would be me, the one definitely going there to take care of her. But you know, I got tired of that running back and forth shit. Like, my mama would call me and say, hey son, I need this, could you bring it? And it's not like I can get in my car and drive 15, 20 minutes. Like, this is the whole hour and some change. So I said, fuck that, mom, I'm just gonna come where you at. I'm gonna get a little hotel room right down the street, literally right across the street from where you at. Cause you know, during COVID and everything, they was not having that shit. Like, y'all is not gonna come up here and parlay and be laughing and joking in this lobby and doing all this extra shit. We got these other patients. Y'all finna take y'all ass, you know what I'm saying, outside, or you know, whatever we had to do to get it done. So yeah, I would now know that I'm close to my mama. I'm making sure she's straight. Whatever she needed, I'll bring her food, give it to her nurse, the nurse to take it to her, whatever. It was a really good relationship. Hey, I could hang out her window because she was on the ground floor and her window was right there at the back. So we didn't even have to really go. We didn't even really have to go in that hospital. We'll go right around that room, knock on my mama window because she getting amputated. She got her leg amputated, so I know she ain't moving around and shit. We knock on that. Hey girl, hey, how you doing? Like, what you need, ma? I miss you, I love you, can't wait you go come home, this and that. We always kept it short or whatever, but you know, that's my mama. We gonna do whatever a motherfucker takes when it come to my mama. So one day, my mama said, she said, Kevin, my mama don't care. I always use my name, Antoine. My mama don't give a fuck. Your name is Kevin Antoine Dodson to me, and I'm calling you Kevin. So, but she said, Kevin, do you think I made a mistake in getting my leg amputated? And me, I'm like, oh my God, ma, no. Why would you say that? She was like, Kevin, I'm starting to regret it. And I'm like, no, ma, you're doing well. She like, I know this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, well, you know, I put her back in spirit because, you know, that's my role in this family. I keep that chin up. Even if I can't keep my own damn chin up, I'm good at keeping other folks' chin up because I'm the oldest. So I've mastered that. So I chin up, mom, said, this is going to be all right. We're going to continue to do, you know what I'm saying, what needs to be done as far as rehabilitating you and getting you out here. My mama, for one, my mama is gangster. My mama is a hood chick, for one. She's not the type of girl who wear heels and dresses or none of that shit. She will rock her earrings, fuck her makeup up and shit like that, draw her eyebrows on and shit, and wear her big earrings. She was that type of girl, but she was a tight girl. My mama was wearing tights her whole life. She has never been a jean girl. She's never been a dress girl. But when we talked and I got that chin up and made her think better and more positive, she was like, when I get out here, I want to go shopping, you know what I'm saying? She's like, I want to get me some dresses and stuff. I want to get my life back. I want to get my mobility back. And I said, yeah, mom, that's good. Because, you know, my mama, she ain't drove in a long time, but her ass illegally drove my whole life. And when you a kid, you really don't know the back end of shit. I've been in the car with my mama my whole life, her flying up and down the street thinking she's straight legit and all this shit. My mama ain't never had a damn license in her life. Like, we talked about that in the hospital at the rehabilitation center. And I was like, yeah, mama take you to get your license. You're gonna get your passport, because my mama ain't never in her life been to jail, so she could get a passport. And we were just making all of these goals, like all of these plans together. Like, my mama did not want to fucking die. I know she did not want to die. But yeah, and come September, like September 26th or something, my mama, because now, wait, let me back up a little bit, because I'm taking you straight to her death, but I want you to get some understanding. So after all the conversation me and my mama had, my mama called me again, and this was probably in like July, and she said, Kevin, something is wrong. Like, I can feel it. Something in my body is terribly wrong, and I need to get to a hospital or whatever. In my mind, I'm thinking that she's telling me, like, because she said, I need to get to the hospital. Something is wrong. Something is mad wrong. I know, I feel it. So in my mind, I'm thinking like my mama saying, like, get on the phone with this, or come over here and tell these motherfuckers I need to go to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Because something is terribly wrong. And I don't care what nobody say. A person know when something is wrong, especially when they're in tune with themselves. They know what the fuck is wrong. They immediately know the change in them and around them, especially when you're in tune. I had to repeat that again. But my mama knew something was wrong. But in my mind, I'm thinking my mama's still at the rehabilitation center and not in the hospital. So she was like, let me give you the number. She said, let me put you on the phone with my doctor. So I'm talking to the doctor as if they're in the in therapy, and I'm like, my mama saying she's sick, she need to go. I don't know if y'all hear her loud and clear, blah, 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 saying the lady's like, we're gonna do everything we possibly can to make sure your mom is okay, this and the other, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay, whatever, get her to the hospital. She's like, sir, I don't understand. And I'm like, bitch, like, get my mama to the hospital. I hear you saying that you're gonna do everything for my mama, but bitch, you need to get her to the hospital, like, right now. And so she was like, I don't understand, we're already at the hospital. Like, oh. I said, oh, okay, thank you, I'm so sorry, ma'am, but thank, because, you know, I was getting real agitated. This is my mama, or whatever. So, you know, I apologized. Just didn't even put my mom on the phone. I said, girl, why you didn't tell me that you was already at the hospital? You had me thinking you still at the rehabilitation center, and these motherfuckers acting like they don't want to take you to the hospital, so what's up? So she was like, no, that's what I was telling you. Like, I had to get the fuck out of there. I was like, oh, okay, well, even before that, let me back up a little bit more, before she actually goes into the hospital, which I think my mama's life could have been saved. So my problem was, because, you know, when I'm the type of person, I investigate some shit until I can't get no more information or that shit is solved. But anyway, so my mama called me. She was like, Kevin, they said that I have pneumonia or whatever. And I'm like, oh. She was like, yeah, I'm in quarantine and they won't let me out. They won't let anybody come and see me and none of that shit. I'm in quarantine. So I'm like, okay. So once that 14 days was up, she came out of quarantine. And when I seen my mama, her stomach was like, because my mama was, you know, my mama was a big girl. But during this process, she had got, even before that, she started to get small, because I believe my mama was depressed before, and that's some other shit, you know what I'm saying? One day I will let y'all know. But her stomach was big, but she had like, her arms was flabby and small. And I'm like, well, damn, Ma, you was just like what's going on? And she was like, yeah, they said like the fluid is building up on me or whatever. And I'm like, well, what type of fluid or whatever? My mama, she could never give me answer. So I was like, well, you know me, I'm asking questions. I've always been a question asker. I'm always asking questions. I'm saying like, so what type of fluid? Is it the fluid for the pneumonia? Is it fluid from like what? I don't understand, bitch. When you talk about fluid, bitch, in my mind, when you say fluid, I'm thinking about that white, that clear shit that y'all got in the bag, Sprite, Pepsi. I'm thinking about Mountain Dew and all this extra shit. So when you say fluid, you need to be very clear about what the fuck fluid is. And so I was like, did it come from the pneumonia? She was like, yeah, it came from, you know, that pneumonia and stuff like that. I still wasn't, you know what I'm saying, confident with what she was telling me. I wasn't, you know, like set in stone with what she was saying to me. So, you know, I went and, you know, studied what fluid was. And they was also saying, like, with fluid, like, yo, after you have like such a major amputation or surgery like that, the serum that like the fluid, like when you get cut on, that shit builds. And I have a lot of doctors and like nurses in my family, but I'm not close with them like that. But I started to think when they were saying like fluid, like growing, building from surgery. And I know like when you get cut, how your cut, you know, forms this, you know, kind of like clot over you, but you still see like that clear shit, or like that, I guess mucus or plasma or whatever it is. I see it. So I'm like, damn, well, you do see that on the cut? Like, damn, so that means my mama got a lot of it because she had a big amputation and my mama was a big girl. So I'm like, so she had a lot of fluid on that. I mean, on that, from that amputation. So how my mind work, I'm starting to think now. I'm thinking like, okay, now this bitch just told me that the fluid was possibly built from the pneumonia, and I know that fluids or whatever build up because I had pleurisy before. So I know that fluids build up on your lungs and mucus and shit like that, and when you cough, that shit makes it hurt. And my mama had a hurt like cough. So you know what I'm saying? So my mind going and going and going and going and going, but I'm really not studying it, but I'm thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? It's playing a role in my head over and over and over. So, but I get this because my mama ended up getting out of that hospital or whatever, and because I think they was treating her for, I do believe, pneumonia. And so she ended up going back to the nursing home. They called me again, still in July. And my mom said, Kevin, I'm on my way to the hospital. For some reason, when she said that, that made me nervous. I was kind of worried because this is like, okay, this is the second time she's been in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? I'm beginning to see a decline or whatever, but I keep seeing her stomach look like a mountain, and I really don't think nobody doing nothing about it, but I'm not there every day. So, and you know, with the COVID stuff, it's not easy to maneuver around in these hospitals because it's, you know, but anywho, so she's in the hospital, and now they saying like they had to put her on dialysis and stuff like that. So now my other brother, because now I'm doing stuff. Now I'm back and forth from Atlanta to here by this time, which is only like a few weeks. And so, and that, of course, that's when I fucked my wrist up in Atlanta. But my brother, the middle brother, now, because now she's in the hospital back in Huntsville. And so now my middle brother is up there and involved and shit like that. And he's calling us and keeping us update on stuff. And so he was telling us like, y'all need to come up there and see mama. You know, mama ain't looking too good. Like they didn't put her on dialysis and stuff like that. And so I end up coming back to Huntsville. So I'm here and I'm talking to my mama through video chat on Facebook, and we texting because my mama, she's a character, she's a jokester or whatever. And what my mama is saying to me is not the shit Sean, my brother, is saying to me. Sean's saying like we need to get up there to the hospital and, you know, be with her, be around her. She's asking about y'all and stuff like that. But when I talk to my mama on the phone and video with her, she like, child, fuck Sean, I'm good. I just can't wait to be home with y'all. But I don't want to go back to that nursing home. You know what I'm saying? She kept pushing the fact like she had me call a DHR caseworker and stuff like that, because she was saying like she really didn't want, but she loved a few people at that nursing home. She really did love them people at the nursing home. But when shifts changed, you know, it was a different story. But you know what I'm saying? Because she was like, I don't want to go there. I love my nurse or whoever it was, which is in her phone, which I still have. She loved like 2 specific people, but she was like, she just didn't want to go there for the rest of those people. Like she did not want to fucking be there. So she talking, she telling me she's good, this, that, and the other, I'm gonna be all right. I can't wait to be home with y'all. This is just a process, you know, it's gonna get worse before it get better, you know. Now she's lifting me up. So, and keeping my head up. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So flash through August. We talking to my mama back and forth. She's still in the hospital. Now by the middle of August, I just say, okay, damn, like, Mom, when you coming home? Like, what the fuck? Even though my brother's still up there, I'm like, so what's good? Are you coming out of there? Like, cause my brother is handling my mama's business or whatever, cause I'm in and out. So I said, so, you know, it's been some weeks, like, what's up? Like, when are you coming home? She was like, Kevin, I don't know. You know, I noticed that at this point, my mama's personality is gone. Like, that brightness in her face, I can literally see her in the camera. Like, they got these needles in her neck, needle in her head, but she's trying, you can tell she's struggling to keep up with her spirit. But my mama was the type of person, she was good at hiding pain, like a lot of shit that her mama put her through. My mama never talked ill about her mom. Like, even though all the shit that I know my grandmother did to my mama, she never spoke ill about it, and she hid that pain until the day she died. She used to tell us some shit, but she hid a lot of pain. She only gave us a few puzzle pieces to where the other family, the Dodson line, could put the other pieces together and help me understand what my mama's childhood life was like. But I can totally see the life in her is gone. I can see that star in her eye is gone. But I can see her faking the funk or whatever. But I'm really still not, I see this shit as clear as day, but I'm not acting on it. And so we talk, she like, I don't know, you know, the doctor saying like they have to continue to look at me. The fluid is coming on me faster than they can get it off, and this, that, and the other. And then when she said that, now I'm finna start researching, because I keep hearing this motherfucking fluid building up, and now she's saying that the doctor's saying that the fluid is building up more than they can get off. And so I started researching myself, and I realized that the fluid is basically killing my mama, and it's finna start shutting down her organs. So now, I'm knowing this and researching this, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God, like, what the fuck? Like, my mama can possibly die. But my mama steady lifting me up through the month of August. She is really lifting me up through the month of August. And telling me, like, I'm gonna come out of this, it's okay. You know, these doctors, you know, sounded like Dr. Matty Moss Clark. These doctors don't know what the hell they talking about. I'm fine. God is gonna heal me. And he did. And I do believe that. I believe he healed my mom. Even though she's not here with me, I do believe he healed her. But, so now I'm concerned. But she's telling me, I got this. And just her ambition to live and her thrive to live. And, you know, that was enough for me. She called me August 6th. She called me August 26th. She was like, hey, son. And I was like, hey, Ma, how you doing, girl? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's tea? Because I ain't heard from you in a few days, so what's tea? She like, oh, nothing, I'm good. And I said, I just seen like 2 seconds ago that you sent me $50. I was like, what's that about? Like, you know, I need some gas, but what's that about? She was like, oh, nothing. I just want to give all my kids something. You know, because I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking about y'all, and I love y'all, and I can't wait to get out here to be with y'all and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay, Ma, I appreciate that. Like, thank you so much. And I was like, well, Ma, I'm kind of like entertaining one of these opportunities because my mama was always the type of person who was like, Kevin, go get your money no matter what is going on. Make your money, because you making it all of us, me, your stepdaddy, your brothers and your sisters, your nieces and your nephews, if you make it, we all make it. And I was like, to me thinking that and knowing that about her, I was like, "Ma, can I please call you back? You know, I'm trying to take this promising gig." And she's like, "Yeah, make your money, Kevin. I talked to you and I love you." I was like, "I love you." And she looked good. She didn't look, you know, she still had that damn stare. But I was used to it by that time. That life gone, I was used to that. And I thought maybe that was like a stage or something. But, you know, so I didn't think nothing of it. I didn't even call her back. I went on with my day, you know, and I'm in a group with all my brothers and sisters. So everybody talking in the group, you know, I'm thinking that, you know, everybody okay, you know what I'm saying? So come September, I want to say September 4th. It ain't too much going on in the group no more. No, my mama's no longer responding to my text messages. I don't know if she's mad at me or whatever for not calling her back. I don't know what the situation is, but the text messages is not coming back. FaceTime you're not responding back. It's going, you're not available on Facebook. So I'm calling you, that's going straight to voicemail. So I'm starting to get a little worried, even though I can't come up there because I'm not vaccinated. And the only one that I know of in my family that's vaccinated is my brother, who's able to go in and out of the hospital as he please. So I'm worried. I'm talking to Sean, and Sean's like, "Kevin, mama's just not looking good, but, you know, we gonna get through this. She missing love, y'all. Like, they was pushing us to get vaccinated so we could see our mom." You know what I'm saying? And I'm struggling to get vaccinated. I don't want nobody to hate me or judge me, because when it all boils down, I'm the motherfucker who had COVID. I'm the motherfucker who survived from COVID, like really thinking, laying in my bed, you know, by myself. And that's another thing, because the nigga that I'm with was the nigga who was there for me when I had COVID. And I made sure I quarantined in my room and stayed there, and he helped me. And even though my son, his mom, you know, she worked, you know what I'm saying? So she couldn't, you know, be there for Kobe and me because she's working and stuff like that. And we're co-parenting. So, you know, he was a add-on, and he really helped me. He helped me through my mama's death. He helped me through COVID. You know what I'm saying? He was there for me 100%, not caring who the fuck I was or what he thought he could get from me. But he was there for me. But anyway, I forgot where I was at, but anyway, so yeah, I'm feeling some type of way, you know. They saying that we got to get vaccinated and stuff like that to, you know, be up there with my mom and stuff like that. And I'm struggling because it's like I already had COVID and I almost died from that shit. And I was hospitalized. But what if I happen to get the vaccine or get vaccinated, then I fucking die, get that shit again and fucking and die? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I get it again without the vax and die? So it's like, to me, it's like, I don't know. I'm still struggling with the vax. You know what I'm saying? And maybe somewhere in the future, the near future, I may get that shit, or I may fucking not, like, or whatever. But as long as I had a brother that was there with my mom, you know what I'm saying, up there, I know that I'm going to get the best information, the real information, the honest information from my brother. He kept saying she was okay, this, that, and the other, blah. She just needs to rest and, you know, get through that and stuff like that. So I'm pretty much confident in what he's saying to me. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But, you know, just tell her to call me back, you know what I'm saying? Just say a text. But it's time. My mama can't use her fingers. Like, she can't use her fingers. And September 12th, well, September 4th, it was my baby's brother's birthday. And that was around the time that my mama was not responding to me the whole beginning of the September, but I'm getting all my information from my brother. So September 12th, my stepdad called me and he said, have you talked to your mom? I said, no, you know, I've been getting my information from Sean or whatever, but no, I have not talked. He said she's not responding to my calls at all. I was like, I know all the brothers been saying that and the sisters been saying that or whatever, but Sean, he's been up there. He's had the information and you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Because none of us have asked. So right after I get off the phone with him, 2 seconds later, my brother Sean called me and said, Kevin, you need to get up to the hospital now. They said my mom is not responding. And for some reason, when he said that to me, I knew in my spirit immediately to get the fuck up and go to the hospital. Now at this point, I don't care if I'm vaxxed or not. This is my mom. So, and I'm wearing the proper attire. You know, I got my hand sanitizer. I'm fully prepared like I've been doing since I've had COVID. Been making sure I keep everybody safe or whatever. So I go up to the hospital. They let me in. I go to my mama's room and I see my other brothers and sisters there. And I look over at my mama and I see her slumped over, looking straight up into the sky. She's like, her mouth is vibrating, her eyes is vibrating in the back of her head, but they not closing, like they open. All the tears or whatever has dried up in her. It was a horrible sight. But I knew I had to stay strong because everybody else is crying. They're going crazy. And it's like, I know that I have to keep this, I cannot break down. This is what I'm telling myself in my head, like, I can't break down. I'm not gonna break down no matter what. Like, this is my brothers and them. I gotta stay strong for them. And I'm looking at her and I make a joke. I say, Mom, I need you to come out of this because my brother, he works in hospice and in the funeral department. So I know that he's the stable. He's the one with the sense. He's the organized one, business-wise. He's the one who, yeah, my mama need insurance, this, that, and the other, have that together, blah, 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 blah. He's the one that, you know, we're gonna set up her funeral and stuff like that just in case this happens. He have that type of stuff in order or whatever, even to come to find out she didn't have no insurance when she died, but that's a topic for another story. That's a story for another time, but so I'm in there, I'm looking, I'm asking the doctors questions like, you know, is she gonna come out of this? Cause, you know, what do we need to do? Is she struggling? Is she suffering? Anything like that, like, but everybody kept pushing around this transition where she's in transition. What the fuck? Transition into what? Like, what you mean? Like, transitioning for what? In the good words of Kaya, what? I mean, is she standing in the waiting room of heaven? Like, what you mean by transition? She finna go through these gates? Like, what's up? What's tea? Be real with me. Or whatever. The doctor said, Mr. Dodson, your mom is not gonna make it by the end of it. She's not gonna live through the end of the night, or whatever. So I'm looking at the machines and stuff. When I finally went over close, cause you know I'll be scared of shit like that. Like it freaks me out. But when I looked. When I looked in my mom's eyes, I knew that she was somewhere. I knew she was with someone. I knew the person that she was with was a bloodline. Don't ask me how I know. Trust me. She was with someone. Because when I got up close, I didn't see pain. I felt a bloodline conversation. It was almost like I was being pulled into that. Like, it's hard to explain. but I could feel a pull, and that pull was telling me at the time that this is all right. You're gonna be okay. No matter what happens, you're gonna be okay. And I kept getting this pull because I'm the type of person, I survive and I live my everyday life off of energy. And this is how I know who I can fool with and who I can't. So I knew the energy was good. The energy was of light. I knew my mama was okay. And the only thing that was hard was I didn't want to let go. So, but in my mind, I'm telling myself, you're around your family. Be cool. Accept this energy. Accept everything that's coming in. Accept this information and know that it's okay. You're gonna be okay because now you the leader. You're gonna be okay. So I kept myself. Through that energy, I kept myself up. And I continued to comfort them. So I said, doctor, I don't want my mama on these machines no more. I don't want them to see her like this. So I had to sign some papers to take my mama off these machines. At the moment I signed them, the paperwork, they left. And they came. And everybody started doing what they do. Started taking my mama off the machines. And when I seen that, I knew that once my mama come off these machines, it was over. And I watched her continue. To talk to whoever in our family she was talking to. And I said, y'all, I'm finna go be with my brother's baby mama because she got all the kids downstairs, and I'm gonna smoke my pop or whatever. So I leave, and the guy went and said, let me go get you some snacks, cause you holding this up, but I know that any given moment that this could come out. At least let me go and get you something to eat, at least something to drink, even if it's some chips or whatever. I said, okay, let me walk with you, get some fresh air. I didn't even make it across the street. Yes, I did. We went in. She was calling me on some other shit, wasn't that? She was gonna stay with my mama, you know, she was laying on her, whatever, comforting my mama. And I went to the store and I got some snacks and we did drink. When we got to across the street, Jada called me, stopped and like, Kevin, she gone. I just watched my mama take her last breath. She gone, man. Why? My mama, Kevin. So I go back upstairs and she's gone. And my brother called his folks because he had them prepared or whatever. He came and picked my mama up. They said, we got your mama. Your mama's in good hands now. We're going to make sure we put her away nice. And you know, by my brother working for the company for many years, I knew my mama was in good hands, and I knew they was going to lay my mama to rest, whether I had the money or not. I knew that Royal's Funeral Home was going to take care of my mama. And I left. I got in my car and I left. I drove. Because by this time, when my mama got out the hospital, she was in Huntsville Hospital. When they sent her back, when she called me and went back to the hospital, by this time she was in Decatur Hospital. So she was still an hour away. So got in the car, drove that hour away back silently to myself. You know, I went to my brother's house. I began to do stuff. I began to fill my day up with them because it's very hard for them. And my baby sister, who's 19, she's really going through it. Her mama died a month before she turned 19, because her birthday is September, October, November. No, she died a couple of months. My sister's birthday is November 12th, and my mama died September 12th. So she was 18, and she was going through it. All it was, going through it. But I know my middle brother Sean, he was trying to be strong and stuff like that. But I continue to be strong. And the man that I'm with, he was by my side. But to be truthfully honest, when you're going through grief and the loss of your mom, the hurt is different. It's to the point that him being nice to me, him taking care of me, it was no longer cute. At this point, it's like, what the fuck are you? Could you please don't say nothing to me? Leave me alone. Like, back the fuck up. Like, and I knew that me going through this with my mom was gonna cause him hurt and pain, because the way that I felt inside, I didn't want to be bothered with nobody. I didn't want nobody around me. Not even my siblings. I just didn't want to be around nobody. I wanted to die inside. I didn't want nobody to see me cry. I wanted to let all this out alone. I wanted to be by myself. I didn't want nobody to see me cry, so I said, my pain is gonna hurt you. He kept saying, I want to be here for you. I'm going to be here for you. I don't care. I want to be here for you. And I'm like, look, could you please just go home for a little while? Just go home. Because he's not from here. So I was like, could you please just go home? Give me some time. Give me some space. Please. And he did. He gave me some time. He gave me some space. He didn't want to, and we cried about it. We cried because I didn't want him to leave, but I knew that my pain would cause him pain. And right now he's on a path, and he got great things going on in his life. He's doing good for himself, and I didn't want to take him through that pain. And I just was by myself. I just started to get creative and stuff. I just started, trying to get up and go out and eat. And one of my cousins, she said, She said, bitch, nah. Bitch, this is not you. You're the life of the party. I'm not used to seeing you like this. I know your mama, she was like a second mama to me too, I know, but she was like, we gotta get out of here. She was like, Kevin, please, please, just come out with me. Just have a few drinks. I was losing myself. I was gone. She like, Kevin, please. I said, okay. Okay. She said, I'll go buy you something. I hadn't been out in a long time since my mama died. I think I was in the house like 2 or 3 months by myself. I had shut my son off. I shut everybody off. I just needed time to think. But she got me out the house. That bitch took me to City Trends. She bought me this cute ass outfit. And for that moment, that shit made me laugh. I said, bitch, this outfit cute, bitch. I'm finna get this, girl. I'm finna get this. I had some shoes that I had not even wore. Some Chuck Taylors, all white, that I hadn't even wore. And they went good with the motherfucking pants and that outfit. Do you hear me? I put that shit on and we hit it downtown. When I tell you, she showed me a good time. And then I knew that moment. I was drunk as hell. And I was like, you gonna be all right, Kevin. You gonna live. You gonna survive. I said, okay. So I slowly started getting out. I slowly started letting people back in. Number one, we done got my son. We had a weekend together. We enjoyed our time. And I knew that I had to right or wrong with this man, no matter what it is that come out of this. I knew I had to apologize and say sorry, and I appreciate everything you've done for me. Because out of all the years that I've lived, I've been smoking cigarettes ever since I was 12 or 13. And this is the only man or person that has ever came in my life to get me from smoking cigarettes, blacks, and all. I pick these up every now and then, you know, so I don't pick up cigarettes. It's a light thing. It's not, I don't have to do it every day. I can go weeks without it, months without it. Every now and then, you know. And he helped me get out of that. And he helped me with a lot of things. So I reached out to him and I'm like, you know, I appreciate it, I'm sorry. You know, he said, when are you ready for me to come home? And I'm like, really? Like, what's up? You ain't even fucking nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying, nigga? Like, what the fuck's up? You know? He like, no, I've been waiting on you. Like, what the fuck? Like, why would you ask me that? And he said that shit like it was just so wrong. Like, why the fuck would you ask that? Like, get the fuck out of here. You my baby, you my boo. Like, I'm not finna let this shit go. This is me and you. Like, we got a plan and a path and I want to stick to it. I want to stay on it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, that's so nice. I'm like, okay, you know, well, I'm slowly coming out of this. I'll be all right. But, you know, we kept communication. And this, that, and the other. But when it all boils down, today I can say I'm okay. I cry every now and then to have a better day, but honestly, I'm okay. And we're okay. And I say this to say, when you have somebody special in your life, no matter who like them or who fuck with them, if they good for you, they are good for you. And you keep good people around, because nowadays, people are killing themselves. They're killing each other. Motherfuckers turning against each other. Family turning against family. Brothers, sisters turning against brothers, sisters, friends, and best friends turning against each other. When you got somebody who is right and good for you, you stick with them. You protect them, you love them, and you honor them, because they're already doing it for you. So give what you want to be given to you. Treat people how you want to be treated. I love you all. Thank y'all for listening to this 48-minute conversation. But I love you guys, and you guys stay prayed up, stay humble. I'm all right. And you're gonna see a lot more of me. I'm okay. Thank you guys so much for the support and donated to my mama. I still working on her headstone, but I appreciate you guys so much for everything. I love you. I will see you soon.